Because of the emergency in the metropolitan establishment, the southern administrator believed that immediate arbitration was important. The general has a very great responsibility towards the northern people. How great is the Englishman who can be sufficiently sympathetic with the universe to be independent of the cares and peculiarities of the general public? Have you given to believe the truth of their principles? On the subject of the language, they were quite satisfactory. We shall be in financial difficulty till we have mortgaged the buildings. Although the maximum expenditure is called for from the executive, we believe it is insufficient to give any satisfaction to the members of the general public. I was very surprised when the principal of the establishment called to give me a certificate of proficiency from the Metropolitan School of Building. It should be remembered that the child was given more liberty to do what he wished because of the doctor's instructions. How can it give any satisfaction to intelligent gentleman to be told his misfortune cannot be improved? We are much interested in commercial advertising. The principal is a doctor of the English University. It is almost surprising that a gentleman with those attainments should be inefficient as an arbitrator. If the organizer had been there, we should never have had this demonstration of selfishness and irresponsibility from several of the members. During the preliminary investigation on behalf of the insurance representatives, it was established that there was an electrical discharge within the building. Yesterday, the ratepayers sent a sympathetic telegram to the young doctor whose misfortune was a surprise to those influential gentlemen. Can anyone come to a responsible and balanced opinion as to the truth of those remarks? The insurance certificate was altogether indispensable to the influential government financial administrator. It is rather peculiar that the two advertisements are identical, especially when it is remembered that the publisher himself is a commercial representative. The entertainment fee was expensive, but the prospective audience was enthusiastic. According to this manufacturer, it is because of negligence that he has to do without a hand and an eye. Notwithstanding his misfortune, however, the manufacturer is very enthusiastic on the subject of electrical machinery. Trade in the Southern Commercial Organization during November is usually more than in January and February. The distinguished member from Northern England is expected to give a public entertainment next year. His interest in insurance was expected to equal that of the owner of the largest buildings in New York. The cross-examination gives much circumstantial information. To put oneself first would be obstructive to the objectives of your organization. Yesterday, in the bankruptcy investigation, the irresponsible individual was given his discharge without much cross-examination. It was questionable whether the subscription of the arbitrator was sufficient, but it was never neglected. All our projects should be tried individually. No generalization on the subject is practicable. Because of his satisfactory character, the capable insurance representative was given special responsibility within the organization. In what circumstances should the child be told that it is impossible to improve his proficiency in a particular subject? We have nothing beyond which they themselves have given. The administrator should familiarize himself with the beliefs of people of all denominations under his jurisdiction. This familiarization would give him much enlightenment as to their objects and prejudice. The efficient commercial representative was sent to the United States of America for investigation of the questionable practices which had come to the knowledge of the administrators. I do not think it probable that the inscription signifies very much. Are you thinking of an advertisement? The investigation of the metropolitan publishers' investments, although rather expensive, was quite satisfactory. Has this circumstance any significance for the members of the government? Much pleasure was derived from the entertainment. Have you any wish to go to this expensive entertainment? English and mathematics are very important subjects, and you should therefore have interest and enthusiasm for them. This writer is to speak on the subject of architectural characteristics of English universities. Mathematicians at the Metropolitan University have amalgamated on this project to give a different perspective to magnetism and to familiarize themselves with mathematical principles and their universality. I think I can give this as the usual thing. Generally, the gods speak to the owner with great respect. I acknowledge with pleasure the remarkable spirit of your school. Under those circumstances, the doctor's instructions are difficult to remember. Whatever the probability of improvement, more instruction is given important. I thank you for the special description of those subjects. I believe people can call at all hours for it. Nothing has equaled his description of New York in January. They were influenced by something you were doing in January. You were informed on the 1st of January. I believe delivery can be given by the 1st of February. All the next year we shall owe to his influence. When it is very cold, there is usually an electricity shortage all over England, whose wish was too large to be given to them. For you, I will do what you tell. The Lord is to come, especially to speak to me. Who will think for us and give us our wish? First in January, next in February, we all inspected it. Can you organize publication of the balance of this information? Has the young objected to an inspection from our organization? In our opinion, it is impossible to inspect everything published. Can you tell us anything of the character of those people? We are surprised that you have had any inconvenience and we shall call for an immediate investigation. Do not neglect to have the government certificate of inspection published. Are you familiar with the instructions given in our school? It is significant that all the members, Northern as well as Southern, object to the information published in the financial publication. The government has called in all gold certificates. We ourselves do not expect any advantage from the application. It is possible that it will be instructive to several of the members. Some of them have been inscribed and all are expensive. When the certificate of valuation is sent, I will give a substantial proportion of the objects. We manufacture uniforms for several large and respected companies.